B part 5, Lie derivative and killing vectors. Now let's continue lecture 5, push forward and pull back. We already did the adjoint operator. We will see in the next lecture, but including numerical examples and so on. And this will show the adjoint identity, adjoint operator, applied to the Lie derivative. You see, that's a particular case of adjoint operator or adjoint identity. So let's consider this figure here, P and Q. That's a curve gamma. That's a tangent vectors x, capital X, P, X, Q. So this is phi of P, phi of 0. This is Euclidean coordinates, okay, Cartesian coordinates, 0, 0, 0 at P. And phi of Q, phi of eta is x1, x2, x3 at point Q. Then this is a tangent vector, okay, d phi of dt at P, phi of 0. And the tangent vector at Q is d phi of dt, that's phi of eta. Eta is greater than 0 because eta here is tq minus tp. But tp is, I assume it's 0, so this eta is tq, which is greater than 0. And the curve gamma is the flow, is phi of t, where tp and tq are defined just here as a real numbers. So first, push forward acts on vectors. That's important. Pull back acts on covector or dual vectors. So given a smooth curve, gamma of t is the phi of t on the manifold M3. You see, we apply here to the particular case of the three-dimensional. So we could extend this to the fourth dimension. So with gamma of 0, there's a point P, you see, and gamma of eta is phi of eta is this point Q. Is the push forward is the differential of the map d phi. You see, this is a covector, okay? There's a form 1, d phi, that acts on vectors in the tangent space. In particular, d phi applied to minus eta is a point Q. You see, that's maps a vector on this tangent vector space at Q to the tangent vector space at P. And indeed, this is a covector acting on this function over here, which in this case is a real, okay? This is a point Q. You see this act on IYQ and leads to the Y tilde at P. You just look at here, you see? The acts on YQ and leads and on YP, Y tilde. So this is a push forward. Now let's move to the pullback. Pullback acts on covector or dual vector. We already did this, we already presented this in previous lectures, you see? Now recall that a covector is a linear map from the tangent space to R, to the real. You see, this is in general, is a covector at P. You see, this act, okay, on the real, or I'm sorry, this act on the vector. Covector act on the vector and leads to a real number by definition of tensor. You see, that's an important consideration. So here I give an example. You see, this is a covector act on this vector space leads to the delta, the conic delta, which is a real number. Definition of tensor, you see, they have a space act in another space, okay, which leads to the real number. That's the definition of tensor in general. Thus, a function g, attentional, does not act on tangent vector. You see, a vector, covector acts on vectors. G is not a covector, it's not a vector. So it does not act on tangent vector. Thus, for instance, or this example here, you see, this is a covector, this is a vector, a basis vector. Acts, you see, and leads to the real. G is not a vector, you see. It simply evaluates at points. G of p, this is a function here, it is a function that is scalar, okay, belongs to R. On the other hand, attention now, I'm talking here in general, you see, d of g, this is a covector, okay? This belongs to the cotangent space. You see this asterisk over here, this M3. So let's use, okay, to derive the Lie derivative, you see, let's use the function g is equal to the Cartesian coordinates xj. Attention now, I emphasized before that coordinates are functions. You see, that's important emphasis which I'm doing here. So g's xj is a function, belongs to attention. Function belongs to the manifold, okay, not tangent vector space. So this is the tangent vector space. This is g. G here again, I'm insisting, g is a function, okay, that belongs to the manifold. So then this, the pullback by definition, you see, I act on g, this function, this leads, okay, to a map g at q back to p. That's a pullback. You see, the maps g at q back to p. You see, I just write this symbol here, which means a pullback x on xj at p, xj phi or eta leads to xj at q. You see xj at q over there. So there's a pullback. Now I will use these maps that say this, and in the next lecture, lecture 6, I will apply this to adjoint identity or adjoint operator, which we already studied this, including numerical examples, okay, in previous lectures, as you can confirm. See, that's it.